In this video, we'll go through all the news feeds manager, managing your feeds inside Joomla. Like every other section inside Joomla, you've got a category that you need to set up. If you want to add an item to that category, you can see here all the categories that are currently set up as newsfeed categories. So you go up to components, over to news feeds, down to categories. Exact same principles apply here that applied in the contacts. Same thing, categories and contacts. So now we have to have our own categories for our feeds. So it's pretty straightforward. All the same abilities we can do in the contacts we can do here. We can publish, unpublish, delete, edit feeds, add new ones, and set some global parameters that will be applied to all the feeds that we bring into the system. As in with contacts, you can obviously override the globals by assigning specific parameters to an individual item within the category. So here we're going to show the table headings. Go ahead and use these tooltips again. How many articles in the article columns, number article columns are we going to show or hide those things, link columns, all this stuff here. Pretty straightforward. And the word count is something else you might want to pay attention to. Depending upon your feed, you're going to want to get a preview of your feed. A lot of feeds are going to be using FeedBurner, and if they do that, they'll give you kind of a preview page of what it looks like. You want to look at how much text is available in those feeds, so make sure that you provide a long enough word count. Now, obviously, you can leave it at 0, and that's going to default, and it's going to show everything. But some feeds might have a lot of text involved, and that may blow out your page, give you a real deep page. So just be mindful of that, and check your word count on the feed itself before you come set this here. You cannot set the word count on an individual feed when you go to set it up. So let's go take a look at Software Freedom Law Centers. Here's the feed here. You can see that when we go to edit the feed, we can't set a word count for it. So we've got cache time, how long that's before the feed is refreshed, these kinds of things. So it's pretty straightforward as far as news feeds are concerned. So this is when we're managing a feed. If we want to add a new feed, we simply go to the top right and click New. We give it a name. Let's go give it a Google News feed, and we'll leave the alias alone. We'll stick it in related projects. And here's where we're going to go get our RSS link. So we've already got some available RSS feeds from Google. Let's just get the top news feed here. So this is what your page is going to look like. Just go up. What you want to do is you want to go grab the address in the address bar, which is going to be news.google.com/ and a bunch of gibberish. At the end of it, it's going to say output equals RSS. So that's what you want to see. So once you see that and you've got that URL in there, we want to come back here and say, okay, here is the link to it. We want 5 articles. Cache time is 3,600 minutes. We'll make that 2,000 minutes. And we'll leave the site language direction will be, obviously, we'll just leave it alone because we're already right to left feed as it is. And we'll simply hit apply. When we come back here to this area, we'll go to our feeds page, and related projects is the category that we put it in. Now we've got a Google News. We've got 5 articles showing up. We'll click on the Google News, and let's see if it's propagated yet. It may not propagate as quickly as we would like it to, or pull in all the news. So yeah, so there was an error loading the feed. So for whatever reason, it wasn't able to propagate it just yet. But that's how you add a new feed into this here. You can obviously, when you're on a given website, let's say we're on, actually, let's go to Star Tribune, Gopher Sports, Minnesota Gophers. If we want an RSS feed on this page, we can come down here and click on the RSS tab, and this is going to give us the RSS for this one. And we go back to the link, change our link, and let's change this to Gopher News, and hit save. Let's go back to our feeds page now that that's done updating. This is going to give us the related projects. Now we've got Gopher News. Click on that, and let's see if it's able to parse a feed. There you go, it parsed the feed. So now we've got all the different news for the RSS feed for the Gophers. So that's how to add your own RSS feed, and hope that was helpful.